morning. We are back. That's a little bit better. Get some of that sun out of the face. We're up in the North Woods again. And man, it smells good. We got fall. Fall's fastly approaching. You kind of see in the background. Leaves are starting to change a little bit. I'll give you a little bit different view here in a second after we get the introduction together. So last time we put just a rough driveway in and cleared for the building site. And this time we got to do something with all that wood. I don't want it sitting around and rotting. So for today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put up a real quick wood shed. And I did this before with my dad and my brother on a lake property. And I think this wood shed's pretty easy, basic build. Anybody can do it. We're not going to be real precise. So for you carpenters out there, you're going to laugh your butt off. But this doesn't have to be real pretty. It's just going to be a typical wood shed to keep the wood out of the elements and keep rot down to a minimum so everything can season pretty good. And yeah, let's get at it. We'll start walking back on the property. Okay, as you can see, things have kind of changed a little bit. This green pile of leaves isn't so green anymore. A week or two that has gone by has really changed everything quick. And you can see here at the land site, there's our pile of trees again. And during the week, I was able to set these timbers in here. Those are green treated. And I was going to video that, but as you could tell by the walk-in, the ground is real wet here. We had nothing but rain this week, so I figured I'd spare you the poor camera footage with the rain and everything. And I got a little bit of lumber stacked up at the base. We'll go ahead and we'll start doing a project and show you how to build a wood shed. Walking up to these 4x4s that I sunk into the ground. They're green treated, so they shouldn't rot out. You can see down at the base here by my foot, we used a post hole digger and sunk them down 4 feet because that's where the frost level is in this area. And I went ahead and dumped in some pre-mixed concrete, and then the concrete will help it stay, you know, plumb and solid and in spot. And then what I did is, like over here, you can see we threw level on. I made sure that these 4x4s were level on both sides. Let me get this on there. So we're pretty close, but that's where it's at. And we only have, I think this is probably like a 2-foot level. That's all that we had. But here again, we're not too worried about it because this is going to be a wood shed. We're not really building anything that has to have any great structural quality. It's just going to be for keeping our wood out of the elements. All right, hang on. I'm just going to sink one screw. Okay, you want to throw a level on? Thank you. Tell me where we're at.
Looks perfect.
That's good? That line is right in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay. Which way, Sophie? This side up? Which way is, okay, that's too high, honey. Right there? That's good? It's perfectly between? Roll that line a little more. How's it look? Good? Okay. Alright, you want to go over to the other side? Alright. And Sophie, you're going to have to kind of squat down for this one. Alright, that about... Boy, are we off. How did that happen? Okay, you want to go to the level line? Okay, we're good. Okay. Alright, can you help me with holding the end there?
I'm trying to get it, with the screws.
Don't worry about your screws, just hold her up.
Oh, okay.
Let's do this one up. Alright, you want to hold it right in between. Yeah, we'll have to get here first. Ready? Alright, it's got to stay right there. You got yours on?
There you go. Let's see what's the line now.
What's up? It's
Let's
good?
see what's the line now.
Alright. Yeah, another shoot. Me too, right away. So we can do it. Okay. Okay, we're back. It's finally done. I'll explain a couple different things that we did. Some things that we know we still have to improve on, but we ran out of lumber. So obviously, these supports are a little bit far apart. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some cross bracing in here just to handle the load of the snow. We're not going to go real nuts because like I said earlier, it's just a wood shed. So we don't, we're doing this on a budget. We don't have to get too fancy on it. All right, now we're going to show you some close-ups, and I'll show you what we did with the aluminum, or with the tin siding. All right, we're running out of sunlight here, so I think we're going to call it a day. I'll show you the back wall of this cabin and kind of explain what we do with this tin siding. I don't know how well you can see it, but right in here, there's an overlap that takes place. I'll show you on a piece of tin. They have, they come in 3-foot wide sections, and one side of the corrugated tin is bigger than the other side. So what you do is the smaller side always goes to the inside, and the larger side always covers the seam. And for me, the rain comes from behind me here, and it shoots this way. So I made sure that my seam, as that water came this way, is to the back side here. So as that water hits this and moves over with the wind, it's not going inside. Now here it doesn't make a huge difference because this is just a wood shed. But if it were something, you know, a regular shed, or if you're redoing some type of home or something like that, obviously, you know, we'd want to do a little bit neater job. But for purposes that this thing serves, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll go back in front and we'll show you a view from further away. Okay, here again you can see the bottom is wide open. We want that so that air can circulate through there and keep it move, you know, the air circulating so that the wood will dry out. And then you can see over here our next project that we're going to end up doing here. Probably the next video is I'm going to have to bring a four-wheeler in here with my log splitter, and we'll end up cutting up this pile and we'll fill up the woodshed that we just built. So look forward to seeing you again. I appreciate you watching my videos, and please look for that red subscribe box on the bottom and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you like this type of stuff, give us a thumbs up and we will try to bring more videos like this. If you have any questions, nobody ever comments in the bottom. Leave some comments on any questions that you have. I know these videos that I do are real general, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me some. I'm not a professional. Here again, we're just a weekender having some fun and living on a budget. So thank you much. We'll catch you next one.